SV Tapatya. We're building a boat. Let's go inside and have a look at what's been going on this week, I think. Oh, this way. We're inside the boat, as you can tell. We're glossed up in here, as you probably remember. Mainly, what you can see at that angle is glossed. It's dry. Building, I think any major building project is a bit like it's been this week, and that is that some weeks you put the same amount of input, same amount of effort, same amount of time roughly in every week, and some weeks you seem to achieve marvellous things, and other weeks you think, God, is that it? And in a way it's been a bit like that this week. What's going on is you see the boards from the lockers are missing. They're in the process of being painted. You think each board's painted both sides, 3 coats, so you've got 6 painting sessions just to get those painted. Table saw, as you know, I've spoken about it a few times. I decided, there've been a few comments, and I had actually been looking at these things for a while, and I decided to make myself a saw sled for cross-cutting. And it's very, very simple. Very simple. This is a real low-tech saw sled. Basically speaking, I've got a couple of beach runners on the back there, on the bottom, that fit into the slots on the table. And then this, obviously we've got a slot here where the blade runs through, and I have to take that dust cover off. Let me do that now for you, just so you can see how that works. Normally I put the screw in there to stop me losing that, but for this purpose I won't. Good. And then, so whatever I'm cutting, let's say I'm cutting that piece of wood there, I can lay it in there, and this slides through on those runners, and it's nice and safe. Several benefits. One, if you come in here, Hazel, come in close, you'll see that the slot here is only the width of the blade, or, you know, which means that you see the slot where the blade runs through is the width of the blade, which means that your workpiece is supported very well both sides of the cut. So you get a nice clean cut, and there's little danger of the off cut if it's a small bit flying around. It also runs through there square, so you know you're getting a square cut. And you can also, this slot is also clearly is the line of the cut. So if you've marked with a pencil line where you want to cut, you simply got to get your pencil line on that slot, and you know exactly where you're cutting. So really handy tool. The ply base supports the work much better than the plastic table insert around the saw blade there, much better. So for cross cutting, a really useful piece of kit, and simple to make. There we go, an improvement I hope. The one drawback I guess is that this is 12mm ply, so I've reduced the depth of cut by 12mm, but most things you cut, you don't use the full saw depth anyhow. Shouldn't it? This one is going to come here like this. Nice, eh? The other things going on is I've been making up these fiddles. There's a particularly long example. Mahogany fiddles, which will go, it's a little bit too long, but it will go along there once it's cut to the right length. Top there. So, solid mahogany. Quite nice grain, I think. It's 2 pieces glued back to back. Not a majorly high fiddle, but it's you're trying to strike the balance between not having to delve over too far if it's too high, and yet being high enough to keep things on the shelves. And clearly, in a seaway, this height of fiddle won't be enough. This is about an inch and 5/16 or something, the actual height. So what we'll do is once it's in there, in position, is I shall fix a net along higher. So when we're at sea, the net can be put up to keep whatever's on the shelf in location. Same this side. Got some nice grain effects in it. You see the darker stripe there? It's quite good, doesn't it? I like that, and when it's varnished up, it'll look lovely. Well, this is the way it goes. You know, I spent some of the weekend, a couple of evenings making up those mahogany fiddles, and when I come to fit them here, I always knew that they were a bit borderline for size, but once I got them up there and started fitting them, they were too small. I wasn't happy. So I shall save them. They might be okay for the galley. They might be right for the galley because you want smaller fiddles in the galley. But on the bookshelves, back to the settees now, I've gone for Doug fir, 10 centimetre wide, 4 inch, and it's 50-50 roughly, so we've got 2 inch protrusion above the shelf, 2 inch of fiddle, and that looks a lot better to me. In place, both sides. Just about going out. I guess we can put that on there a bit. There's 2 screws in there.
Your record button is so full of epoxy and stuff there.
Yeah, that's why I use that camera for. When I'm epoxying or whatever.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just mess up everything you use. There's epoxy on there, that's just one of the few things in it. Okay. I think things are all there. Yeah, just the guys on it at the time. Screw it down. That's the better, doesn't it feel? Well, that's it for this week. Thank you very much for watching. Hit the old subscribe and that bell thing, please, if you like this sort of thing. And you know, big thank you to our supporters on Patreon, PayPal. If you fancy chipping in $1 or $2 a month towards the making of these videos, it would be very much appreciated. Patreon's where it's at. Good. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Riches in the sunset, standing out to sea. Tell me where you're going so decisively. What's your destination? Tell me where you're bound. We can move together where adventures abound. Running free before the breeze. Are there many days such as these? Red sails in the sunset, uncharted waters bound, breaking through the tethers that kept you firm ground. Just go and you'll find out what awaits you there. Don't let worries bind you, don't mean that you don't care. Running free.
Trying to get the roof done. So I'm just filming some ladder work and obviously some shoe turning work. Our roof has a leak, so Dad needs to go up and fix it. Up he goes. I'd be very surprised if Dad used this in the video, but hey. Good job. Job's done. Just took 2 seconds. Looked at it. Roof is fixed.